Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another YouTube review. Thank you for 5,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button right now. So behind me, I've got the all-new Mini Cooper Countryman. This is the S derivative. There are currently three derivatives. You've got a C, you've got an S, and obviously a JCW. I think the E will come in later on. But currently, this is the middle range. And I think that it's a really good looking product. It drives well. I've never been inside a Mini Countryman, but I was really impressed this week that I had. I'm just going to take you around the exterior, the interior, as well as the drive. But I do think that for 790,000 Rand, it's a product that's worth looking at, especially something premium, especially from the BMW group. Now, at the front, because this is an S derivative, like I mentioned, you've got an S badge on here in red. You've got this really cool looking bumper up here, and obviously a lot of gold or bronze stuff, and I think they just give it more character, which I really like. This mini as well badge in that bronze, and a camera on there for your cameras and your radar, guided cruise control, which is actually perfect. I'll show you guys that later on. And obviously in true mini style, these round headlights, well, not really round right now, but round-ish with daytime running lights, as well as LED headlights. These will auto dim, auto bright, etc., which is quite cool. And my favorite is this 20-inch gold alloy. I think they've done a lot of work which looks really, really good. Even everything has just been, the detail is perfect, and I love that. Then you come across the side, you've got this black mirror housing with an indicator lamp in it on there. You've got a camera as well for your 360-degree cameras, a black roof with, I'm not sure if these are really functional roof racks, but you've got that, and it does add to the aesthetic. You come across as well as these bronze or gold door sills, which I think look good. And rounding off at the rear, you then have this all-4 badge on here, because this is the, all-wheel drive. So yeah, let me turn it around and show you more. So guys, I personally do think that this looks really good. I mean, sure, the exterior at the rear for me doesn't have a lot of character in terms of, this is obviously the S model, and back then the S always had a dual exhaust pipes, and I think those looked really good. But right now, and obviously this is more EV inspired, where they don't want to show any of that. All their designs now are more electric first, as opposed to obviously internal combustion engine. And this is where I think it's a bit sad for me, because it does not have character at the rear, if I'm being honest with you. Yes, it's got the power, but there is absolutely no character. Dual tailpipes would have done the trick. Now, jumping inside, and at the rear also, you do have a electrically retractable tow bar, which is quite cool. I've been driving with it all the time, because I always think that tow bars are meant, if for cars like this, are meant to help you if somebody rams into you in the rear. Got electronic tailgate, got decent amount of storage in the boot. I was loading up my compost the other day, and it was literally all full in there, and that was quite cool. Now, jumping inside, right, I think this is one of the best interiors that I've been in, especially in this segment. This triumphs its sister, the X1, 10-0. Its older brother or sister, the X2, 10-0. It's just gorgeous. It's got a lot of character. These materials that they've put in here all over, they are essentially recyclable materials, and they're quite cool. I mean, I've always seen leather dashboards or plastic dashboards. Now, seeing this material, for me, it's quite interesting. And this blue fashion that's going on here on the door sills. We've got this orange, and obviously also lights up at night, which looks extremely gorgeous. We've got a heads-up display where if you don't want to be looking here for your speed, you can look on your heads-up display, which only shows driver-related stuff, which I think was a really nice touch. This steering wheel also has some, bronze or gold elements to it, which I think is quite cool. And then there's a strap here in the middle from one of those recyclable materials, which is, I think, it's the quirkiness for me, what I like about it. These air vents also have the bronze effect, which look good. And then obviously in true retro style of Mini, you've got this circular display, which Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your driver's displays, everything. My worry is that everything has been hidden in here, especially your climate control. I was struggling the other day to actually just, how do I switch off, how do I switch on, etc. But some of the menus, they've made it much nicer to say that you can essentially, all of them your infotainment related icons, your vehicle related icons, and obviously your recently used icons, which is quite cool. So you don't have to scroll up like you do in other BMW models, which is amazing. And then the switch is here. So this start stop engine, you actually turn it like a key, which mimics a key, which I think is glorious. It's beautiful. You've got what they call experiences on here. These are basically your drive modes. You've got core, you've got go-kart, and it will make a sound when it switches into that mode. And obviously it's much more responsive now. And then you've got obviously your eco mode as well, which saves much more fuel. Massive panoramic sunroof. You've got this camera up here, and this is your driver recording camera. You need to record everything in the car basically, but you can switch it on or off, so it's not always on, thank God. And the seats are comfortable, they're heated. The steering wheel is also heated, by the way. The seats are comfortable, they're heated, and I think that they've done a lot of work in this car. And there's another Countryman going actually the other side, and that's a JCW. Oh, that's an S actually, and you can see the character that it has. You've got some space on here. You've got a retract, open and close storage bin on here. You've got a wireless charger, everything in this car. 4 USB Type-Cs in here, which is quite cool. And there's enough space in the rear, and I think that is amazing. So the interior is definitely a win for me. In terms of the drive, I think I'm not mad at it. It's not a car that you want to drive fast, albeit 160 kilowatts. I've never wanted to say, oh, let me push it, but you can push it, but I've just never wanted to do that. I don't know, man. It's simple. You've got the go-kart mode, which is basically the sport mode, and it is fast, but you never want to drive it like that. You get about 700 kilometers of fuel on your tank, and it's literally perfect. I mean, you don't want to do anything. You've got, like I mentioned earlier on, various drive modes, and that eco one does then have a lot of lag, unfortunately. So when you're in the core mode, then you've got the best of both worlds in terms of you can put your foot down and it'll go, while also still managing respectable fuel figures. I'm not complaining at all. You also have this cruise control in here, which I spoke about in the BMW 5 Series. If you haven't watched that video, please use the link in my bio to just watch that video out. But it's perfect. It will steer for you. It will get into the other lane for you. You can literally drive with your hands off the steering wheel till it flashes to say put your hands back on the steering wheel. The technology that I saw in the 5 Series, for it to come down in here in the Mini for a product of 790,000 Rand is like so cool. I won't lie to you. And you've got obviously driver monitoring systems, and it always notices if you've got your eyes on the road, and if you don't, then it will beep. And yeah, it drives comfortably. These 20-inch alloys are also comfortable, but I'm pretty sure if you go to the 19s or the 18s, you have the perfect ride height. I am pretty sure you'll have the perfect ride height. And yeah, man, it's fuel efficient. It's not bad. 790,000 Rand, guys. 800,000 Rand for a Mini. I posted on social media, and a lot of people say they won't pay 800,000 Rand for a Mini, and I actually was dumbstruck, because there are so many cars that are 800,000 Rand which don't have the quality that this car has, the drive dynamics, the character. So I really think go for it. Why not? Like 800,000 Rand is not in the car industry it's not a lot of money, but I do know it's a lot of money, but I think it's worth it, man. I really think it's worth it. So yeah, don't forget to use the link in my bio to get a quote from Naked Insurance. Also, please follow me on my social media platforms at I am Kumbi on Twitter or X, Kumbi-M on Instagram, and Kumbi-M on TikTok, as well. We're really trying to grow that base and bring you more amazing reviews. But thank you so much for watching. Yeah, man, it's comfortable, this car, guys. I haven't sat in the rear, but I think it's comfortable. So till next time, peace out. Keep left and pass right. Peace out.